To do this, we will be discussing how climate change is considered as a perfect moral storm because it brings together three major challenges to ethical action. The first challenge stems from the fact that climate change is truly a global phenomenon. Greenhouse gases can have climate effects in any part of the world, regardless of the source. This poses the problem that even if collectively all countries would prefer to limit global emissions to reduce catastrophic impacts when they act individually, each of them still prefer to continue emitting these harmful gases. Another problem is the fact that historically, nations whose emission levels are relatively low are the ones who will be the most vulnerable in at least medium terms. This appears to be seriously unfair. The second challenge is the fact that emissions have profoundly intergenerational effects. Greenhouse gases persist in the atmosphere for a long period of time, which negatively contributes to climate impacts for centuries, sometimes even for millennia. Again, this is unfair, especially for the future generations, for they will be experiencing the severe and cumulative effects of climate change. The third challenge is the fact that our theoretical tools are underdeveloped in many areas like international justice, intergenerational ethics, scientific uncertainty, and the appropriate relationship between humans and the rest of nature. Climate change raises questions about the moral value of non-human nature, such as whether we have obligations to protect non-human animals, unique places, or nature as a whole, and what form such obligations take if we do. These challenges, brought by climate change, provide serious temptations for those in the current generation who contribute heavily to the problem to pass most of the burden to the other people around the world and the future generations. Climate ethics is currently an emerging field that has much to offer, but much work remains to be done. There is a need for work in moral and political philosophy that can expose inadequate reasoning and articulate solutions on how and why we should address climate change.
Created using Powtoon.